Hello everyone, Rudar here with another grounded video. Today's video I'll be going over building the massive base I have here in front of me. We're just going to go up the bounce webs a little bit. I am currently in the actual game because there are some bees. I'm on the public test server for those who wonder where the bees are. Why you can't see bees, because I'm on the public test server. Now I still have a few things I have left to kind of finish up, like right here. I just haven't really got around to it. We're going to start with going through the warehouse first. I have several different ways up from all the rocks, because you never know, you might need it. But in the warehouse down here, we have a massive amount of weed stem pallets, which unfortunately you can't do like this anymore because you cannot jam the grass floor right on top of it. It will not let me do it for whatever strange reason. So basically what that means is, what I mean by that, and I'll just throw up some blueprints real quick. If I were to lay that down, normally I could take a grass floor and go halfway up. Oh, and it still works. It just won't work in creative. Okay, good. That's good to know. Wait. Ooh, now it's being iffy. Let's see. Do a little test. You guys get to be a part of it. I don't know why that first one went, but that is the problem. Is the blueprints are no longer wanting to place right on top of that. So I don't know why this one did. Oops. I'm gonna put that weed stem pallet back and try the grass floor one more time. See, I got lucky when it took and it's not supposed to. So they no longer allow you to do that. And I'm pretty sure if you moved it fast enough and clicked it, you can make it work. But that is one reason why this, unfortunately, cannot be done. You can do one, then another floor, and put another row up there, and instead of having 30 right here, you have 20. But you can no longer do stack them in like this. So, whichever, whatever. Anyway, massive warehouse. We have a bunch of weed stem pallets, which, as you see, are empty from the. I emptied them, making a base in the haze. A couple of mushroom gardens for the hell of it. Jerky racks, because there are a lot of gnats in this area. And on the other side, grass pallets. Lots of grass pallets. They're small enough so this is still a viable option to stack them up. Jerky racks in the corner. Sorry, jerky boxes, not racks. Jerky boxes in the corner. I have these 4. I still have 2 more to go. I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of thinking we might have some stuff added soon, maybe-ish. I do have plans to put more boxes here. So I have 40 boxes in here. I do have plans to put another shelf right above and boxes on that. I would have to delete what's above it, build that, and then replace what's above it. And the same thing here. I could do the 40 on the bottom and still do the other 20 on top. I would just have to delete the floor above first. So anyway, up on the shelf, which this shelf is halfway up the middle wall. This is 3 walls up from the bottom to up there. It's 3 wall sections, as you can see easily right here. We have 1, 2, 3, and that shelf, that floor, is halfway up the middle wall. Right where the roof pieces that are hanging down, right here, that's where they meet. Those are there for show only. They are not necessary. Bunch of spinners underneath here. The workbench, obviously workbench near the boxes makes the most sense. And some more jerky racks here, and at this end as well. And another way out. Now, I have no really clue what I plan on using for this area back here for. I may not use it at all. I could put weapon racks in here, but I don't need that. I have a hall of weapons upstairs. Before I go upstairs, I have the bounce web area up from right here. Whenever I want to go visit Warren in his little pen. I have a wolf spider in a pen over here. Probably sleeping right now. Let's go check. This is Warren. He sleeps in a pen. His little cage. I'll put a link in the description below for how I did that. Now, back to the build here. That's sidetracked. We have the catch building, which I will also link in the description below. Little catch building, I can send in stuff from orange or from purple, and it all gets caught in this little building. Then I come around here, the door should be closed, and get everything out. Every so often, out of hundreds of weed stems that I sent across, One might wind up down there. Just one. Grass for the space was all collected from right back there, because it's, you know, readily available. Clovers, readily available. Dry grass, readily available. Now, there's a few ways up. There's the bounce web right here, which allows you to go up kind of around the back. But we're going to go up through the front. And a lot of people ask why this floor instead of that floor, because I wanted them to look different. So we have our stairs going up. Bunch of signs, little decorations, lights, you know, and such. And on the front we have, you know, some chairs, you know, sit on the wraparound front porch. I use the palisade gates so that I would have no beam in the middle. You have your living room area. Looks like a western that they're watching. I don't know. Lots of decorations. We have our hallway of arms. I still haven't put all weapons in here yet. A kind of like a guest bedroom. There's no door. Another guest bedroom. Also no door. Reason there's no door is because you put a door through this, the top of the door sticks through the floor into the room above, and I don't like that. Now, the master bedroom area, we have, there's Pete, Hoops, Willow, and Max. This is Antoine, my stuffed soldier ant that's in his little kennel. The desk with the 4 computer monitors. Sort of. A fireplace that actually, you know, you can actually light on fire. Too bad we can't sit in the chairs, because then we could sit down and have a nice little view. And of course, the closet where all the armor dummies have all their stuff on it. This armor dummy, oh, that helmet goes with the set that I'm currently wearing. Of course, the bed and the junk box for whatever I want. Now, we're not quite done, because around the sides, we have a bee that's stuck. Good job, bee. We have a water tank, water collectors. Let me drink one of those. Drink one of those, thank you. Same thing on this side. Water collector, or dewdrop collectors, water tank. And then an unusual design that I've not used before, I needed a tower that matched the double wide, you know, exit out of the back of the building. So I just kind of, well, I just stretched it out a little bit. And this is the first tower where I did the windows, solid wall. So 2 windows and a solid wall all the way up, just to kind of break it up a little bit, make it look a little bit, to me, better. Yes, it costs more, but it's okay with me. Now we have the incoming zipline anchor. As you can see, I can get here from multiple spots in the yard. And our chimney, which during the daylight hours, you see the pink coming out of it a little bit. And that is pink smoke coming out of the lure traps, which my friend, the Mike Lowry Show, decided when he was there. He's like, hey, why don't you do this? And I was like, that's a genius idea. Now we have a smoking chimney. So it kind of works. What I'm going to do is, I've already got this laid out in creative, so I have to go over there and spend some time deleting it so I can rebuild it and walk you guys through how I set this up. This is something I just kind of came up on my own. It took me a long time to set it up in creative, but once I got it going, got the ball rolling, we were good to go. So let me go ahead and pause, get over to creative, and get ready for the actual build video. All right, about half an hour later, we're back. I didn't tear it all the way down. I just wanted to save time in the build video. I did take down the left half of the stairs so I can show how I set up the right half, and it'll be the, you know, they're just a mirror image coming down the left. So I will set up the left half and reset those up to match this right here. I left the decorations and stuff on the building, just because that's just preferential stuff. This is how I started it. Was I came down here on the rock. I'm at Stepping Stone Summit. This is where I built this. And I started looking for a little spot on the rock that I could use for a marker. My real game, like my survival mode, I think I'm closer to that little white dot right there. But now, we're going to jump back up there. There. Alright, so you can see, I've gutted out pretty much all of the warehouse area. I didn't take out the, come on. I didn't take out my pallet storage because once I take this out, I can't put it back. This pallet storage, I actually did take out some of it. I was trying to adjust the stairs to the right, you see there. And then, oh yeah, that needs to come out because my real game, there's something else right there. But you see the entire building is now gone. So basically what this is if we count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wide, 12 floors wide. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 floors wide, 12 floors front to back. So 144 floors. It took a while. Luckily, there's grass nearby. I didn't tear down the tower either because I'm not going to. This isn't this is about the base, not the tower. I have no clue where I got that from. So I left a bunch of this down here. But as you can see, I used way more supports than I needed. I did not need to put in the little corner scaffolding, but I did because I wanted to. And then a lot of weed stems. So you can see it is pretty much weed stems all the way up. So it's 3 floors off of here. And basically what I did was I made this go back as far as I could to the rocks. I used the left side here since it was clear of the rocks. And I built from here. So I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I went up 3. So I completed the side wall here. I left this gap open just kind of give you a little view out versus just doing windows. And that's where we went from there. And then I came in 1, 2, 3 sections. And that is where I started this support wall for my pallets, leaving an opening in the second section right here. And then I did my pallets across with a rooftop piece there, which is not necessary. I did it for decorative purposes only. Same thing from this side, 1, 2, 3 spots in, and a vertical set of walls once again to help support the pallets there. Unfortunately, you cannot do the pallets that way anymore as of the time of this video. That may change, but I'll just do a little demonstration of what I mean. I know I did it earlier in the live game in the video, but I'm just gonna go over it one more time. So instead of doing it the way I have it over there, and you won't be able to put the floor halfway up like this, you can't go across. See, once it stays red, you'd have to just go across the top here, and instead of having 3 rows, you would have 2. Like so. So instead of having them crammed in there just like this whole middle row would basically be missing. It would be empty. It would look more like this. Which, I mean, you still get plenty of storage out of that. But unfortunately, that is a recent change that I have noticed to the game. Let me get that out of the way. Okay. Now, I also have handrails pretty much everywhere you might fall out and hurt yourself. In the real game, I have stairs leading up from down there to up here. Which I might throw those in a little while. I have a smoothie maker here in the corner. When you come up into the base, up in here from the, one from the corner, you have this. I used regular foundations wherever I could, and then, well, at least on the 4 corners. I don't think I could put one back there. But in these 3 corners I could. And the rest of it is as many of these floating foundations as I could, just so that the floor would look different. That's the only reason. You can use regular grass if you want. We have a smoothie maker just to the left of the entrance here. And this goes 6 sections wide with pallets all the way across. And in this spot over here, I had a cooking pit, a roasting pit, whatever it's called. Like I said, we had the extra supports in the corner, which wasn't necessary, but I did anyway. So from this floor to that floor, you can see is 1, 2, 3 wall sections up, and it wraps all the way around. And just short of this rock right here is where I put this wall, and that's where the grass pallets are now positioned that way on like that. Back here is just kind of a dead area. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But this corner, as I mentioned in the beginning, was for my jerky boxes. Actually, I can probably pull this forward a little bit. In the real game, I actually laid out a bunch of, think of it, the sprig fence, this, and I laid it right across the front here, like so. Just the blueprint, just so I can help line them up a little bit better. It definitely helps to line things up. Now for this, pretty sure that's completely backwards of what I need. Pretty sure I need it to be this way. Trying to need it to go halfway up. Blueprints don't always want to play along. But in the real game, I got this to work where I added another shelf right here and another row of boxes. Obviously, creative's being a little difficult with me right now, but that's what you saw in the beginning was two triangle floors facing that direction, and one facing this direction. I know, it's not the best, but gotta work with what we got. Now, what I remember too is I measured out the gap in between these two sets of pallet storage areas. Sorry, it's got to match. Okay, so for whatever reason, this doesn't want to put the floor right there, but you do the bottom row of pallets, your floor halfway up, another row of pallets, your next floor, at the top of the wall, and another row of pallets. For whatever reason, this is not wanting to cooperate and go into the middle gap right there for whatever reason. So, bird just landed. And like I said, you would then that more than enough grass. Now let's count the gap between the two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the middle row. So using that as my reference marker, that's when I started with my fences to match up with the side of this this wall right here. So you see that matches up with that back there. The exact same thing on this side. And we go down to this end and do the same thing. And then I'm going to turn these. I don't know why that went there. You gotta remember to go into first person to make sure I don't delete the thing I'm standing on. And we'll just keep going across here with more sprig fences. Now, because it can get dark under here, even though there is a bunch of light, it'll still get dark. Not during the day, but at night. Where I'm standing is the exact center. If you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's the center. So this meeting of the two sprig fences is the center. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll put my mushroom gardens back. Oops, they're in food. One in each corner. I'm gonna center one, and then split the difference left and right, like so. Then I'll go with the jerky racks on the opposite side. If I'm not mistaken, I only have 4 down here. Yeah. So you can fit 4. You don't have to put them super close because you're not going to be able to fit 5. But that's why we have more on the next area up. Same thing, a few more lights. Lights are, you know, however you want to do them. You want to put in a whole bunch of lights, you know, go for it. You don't want to put in any lights at all. It's a bold move. Come on. And then I have the stairs going up so we can get up on top of this leaf. And then, like I said, I have the jerky, the boxes with the jerky here in the corner. It's all kind of walled in just to keep that same kind of aesthetic from the outside. Of course, my base is in a little bit different spot in the actual survival mode, so I can run through here without hitting my head in the real game. My positioning is just a bit different. And then, of course, if I want to get back up, set of stairs, and then a grass floor that doesn't want to cooperate. Because it wants to connect to that thing instead. But in the real game, I have, excuse me, grass floors right here to a little walkway up. So in case I'm running from that direction where William the wolf spider lives, I can run up that leaf, run up the rock, run up the leaf, run up the stairs, and I'm up in the base. Now, that is the warehouse bottom half. We still have the top half of the warehouse. And what it is, I line the floor up with the edge of this roof piece, or halfway up this middle section of wall. And having the roof piece there does make it a lot faster for it to line up. It's still being a pain right now. Now, in the real game, I actually bring mine all the way back to here. Yes, that blocks some of the stairs. No, I don't care. I'm not understanding why the blueprints are being difficult. I understand they don't want to build here. But yet the corner ones do. And it's all because of the walls. But it's trying to line up with that point on the wall versus where I want it to go, which is where I'm standing on. This is getting a little bit of annoying. So I may just have to go back into the regular game and walk you through what I did there versus this, which is not wanting to cooperate. So it looks like we're going to have to do that, which unfortunately means I don't get to lay this out. But whatever. I have it laid out in the real game. Alright, so we go around to the front. Let's go ahead and do the front stairs, the other half. I actually found this easier to do from up there coming down. So I had it all lined up perfectly. So I had my way up here, which like I said is 12 by 12 grass floor. It's easiest to come up from the back because it's a lot shorter because of the rock, which is Stepping Stone Summit. The marker for Stepping Stone Summit is right there. That divot. This is where the marker is. So after you have this all set up, you can then just use bounce webs or whatever and come up this way. So in the real game, I have a bounce web there. I can bounce web from the mud up to this rock, that rock up to here, and then from here up to the house. And that's how I got the grass stuff and stuff up here. Now, for this, as you can see, there are 3 grass sections in, and I went 3 grass sections in from every direction for the actual house. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're going to do the front stairway. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Have to delete things because they don't want to stay where they belong. And of course, you know, safety. Now going down the side, I chose to use the roof piece here as a ramp instead of stairs because the way I do my stair handrails, you still saw the bottom portion of the stairs. Come on. There. So instead of having that one vertical piece stick down, which you would see it underneath the edge of this decline right here, it would be sticking down. It would be kind of a sore thumb. I chose to do this instead. Still gonna do a handrail, but this is about the only thing we have for handrails. Let me go ahead and do the floor behind me real quick. So once I got this going down, I then just got my floor headed out. And it's only 2 sections. I don't know why they're turned all kinds of different ways, but in my real game, they're all turned the same way. Pain in the butt. That's not what I want. See if I can finish this makeshift handrail. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but when we get actual handrails, they will all get changed out. If we get actual handrails, should I say. All right, now doing this is a little bit trickier because the stairs aren't going to want to build when they are quote-unquote unsupported. We will go back up and delete that wall in a little bit. That is our stairs down. You see, kind of going with the match. And then we're going to go grass floor. I'm actually going to complete the grass floor underneath that for extra support. You can see there's the line of the grass floor on this side. And now we're going to have some vertical walls so that we don't see through it. But I have to do this one first, the top one. And that one will go down there. And then we're going to go... Yep, that's where I wanted. I wanted that set of stairs to be totally useful. Alright, now that anchors that in. We can get rid of these walls. Now we got to make it look better. At least for me. We're going to push those up like that to match. And then underneath is where I went with palisades. Yes, they are expensive as far as weed stems go, but that's why we have a catch building. And that doesn't want to connect for whatever reason, but connected in the real game. That's all that matters. Is that back further and further away? It may have something to do with the fact that there's no support for it, but who knows? That's exactly what it was. I'm gonna go over here and just get a double check. That's what I thought. It sat down low. don't know why I'm not getting that middle spot. So I'm just going to get a little frustrated with the way the building's wanting to work lately in creative. You could just do these as well. Pretty sure if I deleted that, I could maybe... See, it's not one up... There it is. So you can do that too. That's cheaper. That's a lot cheaper. So honestly, that's the better way to go. But mine's built already, so I'm not worried about it. And then quick little handrails. Okay, now the building just wants to be difficult. But whatever. Well, real game, I don't have that issue. Now, for the way up, if you want it to line up correctly, I actually ran blueprints forward for this, and then 2 bounce webs, and you're up here. Couple of lights. And for some reason I have a light on the outside over there. I don't know why. Works better just putting the light right here. Now, for the actual house. Like I said, it was 3 wall sections in by 3 wall sections in. If you've already built the bottom portion down there at the very bottom, the reason I went 3 sections in is because this lines up perfectly with the house frame. So that's what we're going to go with. If I remember correctly, there was a window was one further up. Yeah, we're just going around, like I said, as long as if you want it to look the way I had it, it would be 3 wall sections off the edge, which you see I still have all the sprig railings there because I didn't take everything down. Just trying to save time on the video. When I originally laid this out in creative, it took me over 3 hours to lay it out, and I still went back and made changes. So now we're just going to go through and get the little guest bedrooms laid out. And I'll furnish them too, real quick. Because one of these, you see it's getting kind of late in the game, I'm going to need to sleep somewhere. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about lights in here. I will put 1 or 2. But for the most part, there's going to be a lot of lighting around the outside edge of the base, the building. And that's going to shine through the walls and light up this room. And yes, you can, if you do it right, put your armor demos on top of each other. That's weird. Okay, we'll just do this side. I'm gonna make them mirror each other. And I'm not sure why that's so far out. I remember it being able to get a lot closer than that. But it's being kind of difficult. So maybe turn it sideways. Maybe don't put a desk in here at all. The other one's sticking out that far? That one's a lot closer. But whatever. Time check. Okay, so let's keep going. I know I had lights right through here, so we'll add a little bit of light so the video's not so dark. And then we had, that's where this was the where all the weapons are. The Hall of Arms. If you do this just right, it will be in an angle like that for your corners. I know it's getting dark. There it is. So put that up. Then I'm going to come over here and sleep. You see the light coming through the wall. Makes it to where it's already pretty bright in here at night. And there's going to be light outside too. Because I'm going to put a water tank and some lights out here as well. There probably will be one light on the inside. And that would be right here across from the door. Why that's being difficult, not wanting to build right there, I don't know. Go to the other room and put one over there. Hopefully it'll be in the exact same spot. Close enough. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now these rooms do have a very low ceiling. Because, you know, that ceiling goes right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put these ceilings in. Like so. And that's how it'll be. And then we can do... So the way up, if you saw, was right here on this side. This was the set of stairs leading up to the master bedroom area. Master suite area, whatever you call it. Oh, now it wants to go halfway down the wall. Okay. So that's the two spare bedrooms. Or however you want to label them. Now, next to the stairs is a solid wall. You don't have windows having a window next to the stairs aesthetically just doesn't look right. Not to me anyway. Why is that being difficult? We'll delete a few things and see if we can't fix the issue with this wall. Why is that one spot where I want it to go not taking the wall? Because of a box. Ladies and gentlemen, because of a box. So, complete the building first and then do all the furnishings. Which is tricky to do. You gotta do the walls first at least before you lay out the blueprints for the bed. Because this originally was a pantry here, had a bunch of boxes in here. I had to tear out the floor above, you know, this, in order to put in the bed and the box and everything for the way it's set up now. Okay. Now that we've gotten past that, I'll fix the floors when I get up there. And then, like I said, three floor sections from the front is the front of the building. So it's 3 in, all the way around. And the 2 center spots stay open because that's where the doors go. You know, we had the chairs right here, little decorations, that kind of stuff. We'll get to that. Let's fix this floor. Now, these 2 sections over here, this is where the fireplace is. Oh, by the way, you can close this in 100% with weed stem walls. It all gets blocked by the roof. The roof hangs down very far. And then inside of there, for the effect, we use the roasting spit. Kind of wish there's a way we wouldn't see the top half of it, but it is what it is. And that's the fireplace. Now we're going to finish the walls all the way around the room. They're going to be too high all the way around. Like I said, this is going to be just solid weed stem walls all the way around. This originally is a build from an idea I got from one of my viewers, Shira. She has a build that wraps kind of around a light, and I was originally going to put this around the light by the that light's on the screen right there, actually. The one right there just south of the tree. And it bothered me how much empty space was being kind of wasted in the center. So then I thought, no, I'm going to move it. So I just played around in Creative for a while and then came up with this. So we're going to wrap all the way around. Oh, see that problem there. Luckily in Creative, I can just bounce web right up there and fix it. And in the real game, you just jump up there and delete the blueprint. I can't do that in Creative because it takes too long to delete before I would hit the ground. Now, is the roasting spit in the way? Is that what's blocking this? Are you kidding me? Yep. Exactly what it was. So weird. This was the closet. I did a couple armor dummies in here. Not sure why the lights aren't taking onto the wall, but whatever. Neither here nor there. So that is this area up here. This front edge, I went with the acorn rail. Yes, it's more expensive, but I didn't care. And then right here, I went with 2 sections of solid wall. On the other side, like you saw at the beginning, I had the kids' pictures there. I had the little desk set up here. The first desk down like so. Second desk down, you know, somewhere along here if it'll stop being goofy. And then a chair. Now for the little, what I call the computers, I did 2 of these, but in order to get the 2 to stick up here, I actually had to get another, go back to the sprig rail. I'm sorry, not sprig rail, the acorn railing. Facing towards me like that. These signs, if you take your time, will stick to them. Now you have quad monitors. And then we had a little kennel I had for my stuffed ant. Build one wall, put the ant in. Bam, kennel. And where I'm facing, this is pretty much center to the building, that gap. Box at the foot of the bed, like I like to do on all my bases. Light by the bed, so you can find it when you come up here easily. And more decorations. And that will mount right there. Now for the doors, I used the palisade gate, so I didn't have anything in the center when I was swinging the gate open. So that way it opened up, there was no little beam through the middle. That is the inside of the house. Now we're going to do the top and the chimney. Check and make sure they all open in the correct direction. Now for getting up there, I would recommend bounce web maybe. Or if you can make the jump here, make the jump here. And you can do that. But a bounce web is probably your best bet. Since a bounce web will cover 3 floors, you can easily just bounce on up here. But this is the actual like roof of the building. And I'm doing most of this so I can do the chimney. Come on. And you just go ahead and fill it all in with grass. And then you can either leave the edges open, or if you saw the way I had mine set up, you can close it in with the sprig fence. And somewhere here in the center, like right there is about centered, it's where I put my receiving side of the zipline anchors. Now over here, this little rectangle is the build for the chimney. So I'm going to throw that up real quick. The chimney is 3 sections high, plus the little roof pieces. The top 2 are not solid walls. They are sprig window walls, so I need to fix those 2 that I just put. Now, your character sometimes can make that jump. I think what I did to make this easier for myself was I grabbed some grass and I got it to go halfway up, which I don't know why I'm saying that that's what I did, like that. And that way I could then throw in the grass in here. Let me delete those. That's all it is. It's regular wheat stem walls up, window for the first 2 levels, then the window stem wall on the 3rd level, and 2 pieces of clover roof, leaving it really open like that on purpose. And then close in all, but obviously this spot right here you have to get out somehow. And then if you position these correctly, you can fit 3 of them in here. Closing this side. Yes, the bees are somewhat attracted to them, but not like crazy attracted to them. And if that's how you achieve the smoking chimney. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the bounce up tower. It's instead of a 6-sided tower, it's what's that? 2, 4, 8 sides, but just instead of an octagon, it's just kind of squished in the center a little bit. Yeah. Now let's do the roof. The roof was the trickiest of all of it. So I wanted to hide the supports for the roof, so I hid them back here. And the way I supported the roof was, if I can find my blueprint, there. I wanted it to look symmetrical. And I want to just kind of hide it out of the way. And now, and once you've got that kind of laid out, either if you still have a bounce web set up, you can jump up there, or you can just jump up there like that. Or you can, if you have your tower built, you can go up the tower, jump off, and float. I have no clue where that went. Oh, never mind, I see it now. Now for the corner, for the top row, you're going to stop right at the corner of the building. Get your corner roof piece out. For the row beneath that, you're going to go 1 past the building, corner roof piece out. And then round the corner. And we are going to delete that if I can reach it. And continue on with just wrapping the roof around. Like I said, we're going to go right to the corner of the building on the top row. And on the second row, we're going to go one past that. We want our square piece. Back to the regular piece. As it goes in the wrong spot. Again. It's great fun. Get our square corner piece for that. Go there and there. That was really weird. It's weird. Try it from right here. Okay. Sometimes you gotta change your perspective. I do wish the snap to feature was a little bit better. I don't know how they would make it better though, so. For sure somebody's thought of a way to do that. Like I said, stop at the corner of the building on the top row, second row, go one past. And then put a roof piece in so the wrong spot. Twice. And that is your roof. The wraparound roof. Is it necessary? No. It's just there for the look. And it traps a bee every so often. I don't know why. Now we're going to just do the water real quick. And then right here. Oops, wrong one. Same thing on the other side. We're just going to wrap this corner right here with the dew collectors. The duck in the background. And that is the basics for the base. I'm gonna go back to my actual survival game. You see, I didn't do like the sprig railings up here or a whole bunch of lights. That is all up to you and how you want to do it. You can even put more chairs out here in the front if you want. You know, these guys. Something like that. So that is my mansion with the giant warehouse underneath, and I'm gonna have to go back into the survival game just so I can kind of explain or walk through this middle row that doesn't want to let me build it. I'm gonna give it one last shot. You see, it's being difficult, to say the least. Okay. Enough of that. So I'm just going to save my game. Do a quick load. Day 1160. Now I'm just waiting for the load to pop up. We're going to go through walk through the upper part of the warehouse real quick, and maybe look at the way up from down there. So it is actually time for me to sleep.
I'm ready to eat my pillow. I'm so tired.
Okay. Like I said, we had the different decorations, the pictures of all the kids in this hallway, just because Antoine and his food bowl, the 4 monitors, all the armor dummies in here, and for some reason I might have done the light before I did the armor dummies, but it works in here. That's not where we're here. So we're gonna look at 2 different things. We're gonna look at the way up, and we're gonna look at the warehouse. Hopefully I don't get attacked by a mosquito. So the way I did this, I laid out the blueprints from up here. I brought blueprints forward to line up with this, so I could then line this up so it was centered on the house. So that is center of the house, all the way to the back. It's all lined up correctly. Then it's 3 walls down to a bounce web because it goes up 3 levels, and then another 2 walls down because, well, that's where the ground is. And I could have put something underneath it to make it straight, but I didn't. Now, this inside part of the warehouse that I said I would talk to you guys about, it's literally just grass floors from one side to the other, with a triangle floor and 2 pieces sticking around the corner so that I can jump up easily. As you can see, the corner pieces did not give me problems here in the real game for the jerky boxes, where I had 2 triangle floor pieces pointed in and 1 pointed out to make that little slanted area. Then I have my floors wrapping around this side too for the symmetry. 2 jerky racks up here like I went over earlier. And then for this, I just have 2 walls, literally 2 floor sections away from the ends on each side with boxes. That's 40 boxes. I do plan on tearing out the floors above, putting in another 20 boxes, and then putting the floors back, and then doing another 60 boxes on this side between these 2 blueprints you see sitting here. So it's actually a pretty simple little build as far as, you know, adding this to the thing, getting it to line up how I have it. I don't know, they might have tweaked it a little bit, and that's where the workbench is, obviously. So this is my mansion with massive warehouse. Okay, I was just checking something. And I have a couple decorations up on the walls. You see the different bug heads and such like that. Lights, I had lights all over this place. Up on the roof, surrounding the roof every so often. 1 at each corner, and then 1 every 2 roof sections in. To line up here and here. The bees love my bounce tower. Same thing over here. Also, there's a gap in the fences because, well, that's what, like I said, that's my incoming line right there. But that's about it for this video. If you guys have any questions about this, you can definitely stop by stream and ask, and I will do my best to answer them live on stream. I know this was a very long video. I do apologize for the length of the video because this is just a really big build, and I had to cut corners on some of it to make the video not be any longer than it already is. So I do apologize for that. But like I said, stop by a live stream, which I stream 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday in the afternoons. And I can definitely answer your questions and stuff like that. But if you like this content, would like to see more like it, hit that like and subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and until the next video, y'all have a good one.